Greetings, everybody. Time for the weekly market wrap-up, which has been less consistent than it should have been. Today is Friday the 13th, and it's just before 4 p.m. It's April, if you're just getting the memo. It's really interesting time to be an investor, probably mostly because of the concept that we're going into some kind of trade war. And so this idea of a trade war, meaning we're going to institute tariffs for bringing goods in from other countries. They're going to institute tariffs for taking our goods into theirs. Tariff is essentially a tax, so it just makes everything more expensive, and it slows down the rate of trade between countries. So the presumption is there's a negative economic impact. Here's my theory on this one. I think there's a lot more talk than there is reality behind what's going on. I think it's probably more posturing than anything else, but it's enough to get the market spooked. Now, the market's being spooked. We had this great January run. Everything goes up, and then everything starts to pull back, and we're essentially flat for the year. Sometimes, some days the market's down just enough that we're negative year to date, and then we drift a little bit higher. But by and large, we're pretty stable. In fact, what seems to be happening is we're settling into a trading range, and it really is driven by traders. So for you that are investing out there, the longer-term time horizon for this all kind of gets washed out in the end. But for right now, trading range means that the markets move down to a point and then people start to buy it and goes up a little higher and they start to sell it again. So you just get exactly like it sounds, a little bit lower, then it moves back up into a range above, and then it comes back down again. So zigging and zagging, but not making a whole lot of progress. So it doesn't feel real great to be in a trading range, but people ask me, do you think the market's going to really come unhinged? Not according to the data. Now, I will tell you that if you start to get people lobbing nuclear weapons around in Middle Eastern countries, then it's going to change everything. But if it's just a lot of talk, then it's enough that, one day somebody says something and you go, ooh, and then the next day everybody breathes a sigh of relief. Markets go up, markets go down. Again, in that trading range. Here's the thing that I would track. Okay, we are starting to get into the meat of earnings season. So companies are going to start reporting profits. And we've had prices drop from the high water marks earlier this year. So now, if we have good, strong corporate earnings, it's going to make pricing look more attractive, because higher earnings at a lower price makes the price multiple, or the price to earnings ratio, lower. Lower price to earnings ratio typically means things are on sale. So when folks say, do you think things can go higher? Well, I can certainly paint you a scenario where it's possible. Could things go lower? Yeah, sadly, I can paint that scenario as well. I still believe for long-term investors, it is not the time to panic. It's simply the time to be patient, and we'll let stuff work out. As always, if you have additional questions or things that you would like help with, feel free to call our office. We can be reached at 541-375-0898. You can also go to our webpage. It's www.littlejohnfs.com. You can send us an email. You can find us on social media and all that good stuff. So until next time, this has been David Littlejohn with your weekly market update. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care.